So hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video I am sharing the 10 must-have essentials for creative journaling. These are the 10 things I really think you need in your arsenal to help you get started. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. Whenever I do these types of journaling videos, I always want to encourage you to journal. I think that journaling is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Not only is it a way to record what life is like on a day-to-day basis, but it truly does help regulate your emotions and helps you deal with the day-to-day stresses of life by putting your feelings into words. I have been journaling in one way or another since I was very young, and as someone who deals with a high level of daily anxiety, I can honestly say that having an outlet like a journal has helped me tremendously through the years, and I think that any journaling practice can benefit us all. Okay, I am off my soapbox and we are going to get to the 10 journaling essentials. Of course, the first thing that we are going to have to choose is what type of journal that we want to use. I've gathered together here some of my most favorite journals that I use on a regular basis. By far, my favorite journals are by Olive & Archer. Not only are they some of the most beautiful journals that I have come across, they come in a bunch of different sizes, so I'm sure that you can find a book for your journaling needs. My favorite is the 8x8 size. I think that it gives you a lot of real estate to fill it up with words and photos and memorabilia. The paper is nice and thick and can withstand a lot of different types of markers. So these journals are beautiful, but they can be a little bit pricey, but there are so many other options to choose from. For example, if you want to have like a spiral notebook, you can pick up just a Mead notebook at the drugstore, or you can get a really pretty one like this one from Erin Condren. I love Erin Condren. It's one of my original planners that I've used for years and years. They have such great paper that really does take a lot of different types of markers. Again, they come in lined or in the dot grid, which is my favorite. You can also find some really nice journals online. These are really inexpensive. They come lined so that you can use them for just about any journal need. And they also have that really handy pocket in the back so that you can add, stickers or memorabilia or something special that you want to add to your journal. You could also grab a regular composition notebook and make it something special. Several weeks ago, I had shared with you how I like to create journals using composition books and golden books, like this Gilmore Girls journal here. This is such a great option if you are looking for a journal that is for a specific season, a holiday, or a special event in your life. These are so easy to put together and to personalize for whatever you're going to use it for, and it is such a wonderful keepsake from a special event or a particularly special season of life that you can have forever and go back and remember those good times. The obvious next choice that you need to make is which pen that you want to use. Now, you might think it is a very straightforward decision to make, but there are thousands and thousands of pens out there and just as many opinions on which pen is the best. How comfortable a pen is in my hand, how bold the ink is, and the simplicity of the choice. I write a lot in my journal, so a comfortable pen is a priority for me. I also like a really bold ink. I think I am in the minority though when I say that I really love a blue ink for my journals, and I like a simple pen, one that is easily replaced, that could possibly come in lots of different colors. My favorite pen that I use to journal every day are these bedazzled pens that I find on Etsy. I have a bunch of them in a bunch of different colors, and I really just love them because they are a thicker barrel, which is more comfortable in my hand. For certain journaling, I like a really large nib. I usually go for a 0.7 or a 1.0 millimeter, which is larger than the norm, but I find it the most appealing to me. The ink cartridges in these pens are replaceable, which makes them a really great choice for me, and they come in so many fun and different colors. I just love using them. If I were to choose to use a black pen, the pen that I would use is the Bic Gelocity pens with a 0.7 millimeter nib. These have a really bold ink, and the gel makes for a very smooth writing experience, and the ink dries very quickly depending on the paper that you do write on. Another favorite is the Zebra Blend Pen with a 0.7mm nib. This pen also writes beautifully. The barrel is a little bit thicker, which makes it more comfortable, and the ink is nice and bold and comes in a variety of colors. If you are someone like me and you make a few errors, sometimes spelling can be challenging. Using an erasable pen is really a great idea. Grabby has these beautiful erasable gel pens that come in a ton of different colors, and I really like to use pens like this on my calendar because, events and appointments can get changed all the time, and an erasable pen is really good to have on those occasions. It is also great to have a good lead pencil in your arsenal. My favorites are the Papermate Clean Points. I am not an artist, but I do like to doodle and draw in my journals, and it's good to have a lead pencil to draw things out before you take the time to color things in. And these pencils are just the best. They always have a point, and they're very easy to refill. I could do a whole video on the joy of markers. I think that they have so many different uses in your journals: highlighting important information, decorating the margins of your pages, creating bullet points for notes, creating patterns and art designs. The uses are endless. The types of markers that you can use in your journals depend on the quality and the thickness of the paper that you are using. For example, I love a good Sharpie marker. They come in a bunch of colors and a bunch of different points. However, they often bleed through a lot of journaling pages, so you have to be very careful where and how you use them. I love these Zebra Permanent Marker McKee's Extra Point pens. They are what I mostly use to outline artwork in my journals, and they are a good marker to use if you want to write on vinyl stickers. Tombows are universally loved markers. Their brush tip side is perfect for all that hand lettering and coloring in large spaces. There's a fine tip marker on the opposite side. Zig Clean Colored Dot markers are one of my personal favorites. They are made for bullet points while taking notes. I love them for decorating the margins of my journals and creating dot art. I use them all the time to add some sprinkles to sticker borders in my journals. You truly can't go wrong with a pack of mild liners. They are the best highlighters that I have come across. They come in so many different colors, and I really love the neutral tones the best. I use these to highlight quotes in my journal, to give emphasis to lists that I make. I always use them to highlight prompts when I'm doing journaling challenges. The uses are really endless. Zebra is such an awesome company. They are always coming up with innovative ideas for new products and new ways to use them. Acrylic markers are recently new to me, just in the last couple months, and I have gone head over heels for them. The best part about acrylic markers are the vibrant colors and your ability to layer your colors. They're great on white or black paper, and they are the perfect choice to color in your artwork. They very rarely, if ever, bleed through any kind of paper, so you can use them just about anywhere. I have a couple different sets of these, and Grabby is one of my favorite sources. One of the best parts about journaling is adding memorabilia, photos, receipts, postcards, all those little things that we come across during our day. It makes your journal so much more interesting, and using the right adhesives is really important. A simple glue stick is always a good choice. This is what I use to glue my pages together in my composition journals. I also love the Grabby double-sided dot runners. These are great just to throw into your journaling pouch. They have a 360-degree rotatable head, so it makes gluing just about anything into your journal quick and easy. Tombow tape runners have been around forever. I use these a lot with scrapbooking and memory keeping. I like the fact that you can buy refills for the tape cases, and I believe that they come in a permanent and removable adhesive. One of the most useful adhesives that I use are these Zig two-way glue sticks. I have several of them in different widths. These are what I use when I add pages or tip-ins to my journal and memory books. The glue goes on blue and dries clearly, and once it is dry, it's not going anywhere. For me, whiteout is a no-brainer. Like I said earlier, sometimes I find spelling really challenging, so whiteout is always within reach, and it is in all of my pen pouches and journaling bags. Cutting tools are a crucial part to any journaling, memory keeping, planning, or paper craft that you're doing. Cutter bee scissors from EK Tools has been in my pen pouch for at least a decade. They are a really comfortable size for my hand. I'm able to cut intricate pieces, and you really can't beat that they have a cover for the shears. Everyone should have one of these ceramic blade cutters in their arsenal. These come in really handy to slice stickers that are already down on your page without cutting through your whole page. The blade is a ceramic point, so it's semi-safe to use. I've never cut myself on them, which is saying a lot. One of the other cutters that I use most frequently is my gyro cutter. This is used to cut around shapes easily. It has a rotating blade so that it will easily cut and trace along the outside of a sticker or create a window or Dutch door in one of your journaling pages. There is a bit of a learning curve to it, and the point is a little sharp, so I like to keep the cap on it when I'm not using. Craft tweezers are such a useful addition to your journaling supplies. They are so important when working with stickers. They help you peel them off from the sticker backs, especially those really small washi tape-like stickers can sometimes be a little tricky, and you really do need something like these needle nose craft tweezers to make that whole process so much easier. They are very inexpensive. You can usually purchase them in a set so that you always have a backup, because I guarantee you will always be reaching for these. If you have followed me for any length of time, I really don't have to tell you how much I love stickers. I have thousands of them, and honestly, I find thousands of different ways to use them. Adding just the right sticker to a journal entry can help you complete your thought and add a little bit of color. I love to use tiny stickers in the margins of my notebooks and journals to create borders. The best thing is you can find them pretty much anywhere that you go and visit. You can probably find a sticker representing the restaurant, the town, the specialty store, and they are always a cheap souvenir to bring home from a trip. There are so many sticker shops online that you can find pretty much anything that you are looking for. I have also found that sticker books are a great investment, especially when it is an artist that you love, like Mary Engelbreit. This Sticker Emporium book I found online, and I am having a little bit of a hard time using the stickers because I think that they are all so beautiful, just like her artwork. I think these will be such a perfect addition to any one of my journals. I have also found this food theme sticker book on Grabby, which I was really excited to find because I want to create a recipe journal for my kids of all those recipes that they loved, growing up throughout the years. And in this book, there is probably a sticker for just about any recipe that you can think of. I love stickers because honestly, they just make me happy to use them. It's always a perfect addition to your journaling, scrapbook, a memory keeper, or planner page. I think I may have a pen pouch in every single bag that I own. I have one in my backpack, I have one in my tote bag, and I always have one in my purse. I have my pens with me wherever I go. There are so many great pouches out there. I really like the ones that have loops on the top of them. They're the perfect ones to tuck into the pockets of your backpack so that they're super easy to pull out when you need them. I love the Vera Bradley ones that are just so beautiful, and it just fulfills that need in me to color coordinate all my different zippered pouches with my tote bag. I always use my skinniest pouches for my purse, just enough to hold my pens, whiteout, a little bit of adhesive, a set of scissors, and markers. A photo printer isn't necessary to journal, but it really does make things so much more fun and easy. I take a lot of pictures, and I like to include photos throughout my journals, and this little Canon Ivy printer makes the whole process so much easier. You can print photos in a bunch of different sizes, and the photos are printed on sticker paper, so you can just peel the back off and stick it down on your page. If I go on any trips, a road trip, I always have my printer with me because you're always taking photos and you never know when that feeling is going to strike that you want to create a perfect journaling page right where you are. It's small enough. I have a little carrying case for it. It just goes right into my journaling bag and I take it with me as I go. So those are the 10 journaling essentials I think everyone should think about having in their arsenals. I use these every time I sit down and journal. I will try to leave a link to every product that I mentioned in today's video. And if you have any questions about anything that you saw today, be sure to leave me a comment down below. Join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life, and please don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.